Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Vixie. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my May flip through in my V6 Stalogy. So if you're wondering why I have my pink piggy sitting on top of my Stalogy, it's because when I take it off, this is what happens. Okay, that was very not dramatic at all. In fact, that was extremely anticlimactic. God, sorry. We're starting off great. This is actually what I thought was going to happen when I took my hands off the page. That's what I expected to happen, and it didn't. But this is the reason that I can't have my, oh, see, now it kind of comes up now, but this is why I have to have the pig on here, because it's just, she's so fat, she's so chunky that she just won't stay closed on her own. But anyway, this is May's flip through, so let's get into May. It looks so beautiful. This is one of my favorite splash pages. I think I say that about every single month though, but it's like one of my favorites. Before I get into the rest of it, this beautiful paperclip here is from Point Blank Stationery, and I will have her shop listed in the description. She's an amazing seller. She's an Australian shop, and the shipping was pretty quick, I have to say. Prices are great. If you're looking for like really pretty decorative things for your planner, highly recommend. So I always start out the month with a little mini calendar and a splash page, usually with a little piece of decorative element in between, generally either acetate or vellum. The calendar I got from SM Plans Facebook group. It was a freebie, and I just toned it sepia, sort of match the vibe that I was going for this month, or for the month of May, I should say, because it was the last month in autumn, and so I kind of wanted to have like a cozy, warm aesthetic, and I think it works. And then the acetate is just gold that I foiled myself. Moving into the next pages, I have a brain dump page, which actually turned out to be a complete waste for me in May. This was something that I wasn't really sure that I was ever going to use anyway, but I just wanted to put it in here just in case. I did use it in April, but I never referred back to it. It's not like the monthly task sheet, and even though that is right beside it, I still never go back to this page ever. Like, I'll come back to this one periodically through the month to see what I've got, outstanding and what still needs to get done, but I never look at this page. So this is actually it's been a complete waste for me, so I didn't bring it into June. But I do use the monthly task list, and for May, I really didn't get a whole lot done. I got some stuff done, but not everything. So some of the stuff I have migrated into June, and then some of the stuff is it's irrelevant. Like this Finish the Midnight Sun, it's a book and I don't love it, and I'm not going to finish it. It's become a DNF actually, which is kind of sad because I don't like to DNF anything, but I just can't get through it. It's by Stephanie Meyer, the same author who wrote Twilight. It's basically the book Twilight, just from Edward's point of view. And I really thought I would like it because I really liked the Twilight book, but I can't get into it. It kind of sucks. One of the things that I really wanted to do was get better at sharing content that I love on Instagram. And for some reason that freaks me out a little bit when I find a post that I really like, it's generally like no big deal to just sort of share it on your stories or whatever. And I found that to be very daunting actually. And I was like, oh, what if people get mad at me for that? It's dumb. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's kind of how that's the way my brain works. But I've actually been better in May in doing that. And in June, it's actually becoming easier to keep doing it. So the monthly task list I will always bring with me. So I don't know if you can tell, I don't think you can. This is like a very thick page, and that's because, so you'll see here I said start YouTube seriously, and I did, but it didn't go well. Like I tried to film May's setup and it went so badly that I trashed the video because it was just horrible. And this was one of the mess ups that I did. So I don't know if you can see right here, but it's kind of, you can see this. It's wrinkly here and bubbly. And so the reason for that is actually because what I had initially put down on this page was the wrong insert. And so I tried, and I had put it on sticker paper, and I had tried to rip it up, and the sticker paper that I use is non-removable, and so it just was like shredding the page, like all under here was just shredding my page as I was trying to pull it up. So then I just like smushed it all down, but there, and I don't think you can see it, but there's a great big bubble here underneath. From where I was like, screw it, I'm just going to glue the pages together and pretend that didn't exist. But as a result, I've just got a bit of a bubble here that's underneath the calendar, this is just my normal event calendar for the month. But yeah, so that was like one of the first major screw ups I did trying to film this, because I was so flustered. Oh my God, I was so flustered, like trying to talk while you're doing something and trying to make it seem effortless. It takes a lot of work. It really does. And thank you, by the way, to everybody who subscribed from my first video, and anybody who came over from the FoxyCon. I know she shouted me out on Instagram, and I love her for that. She's an amazing YouTuber and Instagrammer anyway, and she's just an all-around excellent person. So thank you so much, girl, if you're watching this. I really, truly appreciate that. And anybody who came over from Instagram from her, or Instagram in general, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all of your comments too, by the way. You guys are awesome. You're absolute legends, and I loved chatting with you. And I know I'm getting off on a tangent, which I really shouldn't do, and I need to like focus myself. So I'm going to try and focus myself and get through this this without making it half an hour long. And of course, when I go onto a tangent, I completely forget what I was saying. So I have completely forgotten what I was saying. This is my social media calendar for Instagram. This is how I can see at a glance how many posts I did for the week and then how many followers I got as a result of those posts, if that makes sense. But if you want me to go into any depth with this, just let me know and I'll do a video on it for you. This is my mood tracker, same thing. If you want me to go into depth with it, just let me know. Here is another mess up I did because I was too busy chatting, trying to, sound professional, sound cool, I don't even know. But this calendar, this was my YouTube calendar, was supposed to go here on these 2 pages and it didn't, obviously. And so I kept this blank as a reminder, basically just to slow down and stop rushing and focus. And it's okay to like mess up. Like I could have put something here. Honestly, I didn't really know what to put though, so it really didn't matter so much, but more to the point that just slow down. Like it's just a video and if it doesn't turn out, it's fine, delete it, re-record it. It's no big deal, you know? So yeah, that was one of the big mess ups. And you can see that I actually did film this setup. It was also subsequently deleted because it just turned out like crap. And then I did my April flip, which I haven't deleted, but I don't love it. So I haven't uploaded it. And this was another mess up. So as you can see, this is an actual checklist and this was my YouTube checklist. But for some reason I wrote tracker. I think when I started writing and I was talking, or I was stressed. I think probably by this point, if I remember right, I was stressed as hell because I had messed up so much. And then when I wrote tracker, I was like, oh great, this is just like the perfect ending to an already crappy video. So I just didn't even bother. And then I did another checklist here. There's no need. I clearly don't make this very many videos. I don't know why I put this checklist here. Again, I was just flustered, I think, and wasn't thinking. And it was a complete mess up. And this is probably around the point, if I remember correctly, I think this was probably around the point where I was like, nah, screw it. This video is like shot. I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm probably just going to end up deleting it. So then we get into the first week of May. And I always have a weekly overview just because I like to have a weekly overview. I like to see what's coming up at a glance. And then I just like to put a little decorative whatever here. Sometimes it's, most of the time it's a picture. Sometimes it'll be a quote or a song lyric or something like that. But most of the time I'll also have a decorative vellum or acetate to just make it look pretty, I guess. There's really no reason for it. It just delineates the weeks. This was a kit I made myself just because I wanted to see what it would look like if I made one and to see how hard it was. And it wasn't that difficult. The most difficult part of doing this kit was actually finding pictures. That was the most difficult part, but otherwise it was completely fine. And I really love how it turned out, actually. It was very warm, very cozy, and I love the color scheme. It just looks great. And it's very autumny, and that's what I wanted. On this day, I got My Happy Mail from Coco and Cookie Plans. Absolutely amazing company. This girl is amazing with her artwork and her illustrations. They're so beautiful, and I highly, highly recommend her store. She ships to Australia so cheap. Like, it was less than $5. Honestly, you cannot beat that. It was so cheap. And the quality of her stickers is it's like 10 out of 10. It's outstanding. And her washi, this was just on the packaging. I wanted to keep it, so I just popped it there. I started writing out my own watched and played list too for the month because I was losing track of what I was watching. I don't ever lose track of what I play for the month, but I was losing track of what I was watching. Please forgive my really shoddy lettering. I cannot letter at all. Like, it's just not my thing. And I wanted to learn, to be honest. I really, really did want to learn, but I'm too lazy for that. I just don't have the patience, so it's just not going to work. The second week, again, I have another really pretty picture and a decorative piece of acetate that I filled myself. And these are little crystals, and I thought this looked really perfect. Hopefully you can see that. It's hollow foiled. I don't know if you can. Sorry, I really hope that you can. But it's hollow foiled crystals, and they look like they're hanging in the window, and I just like that backdrop. And if I could, I would have my own crystals hanging from the window. I don't actually have a window that has a lot of sun through the day in my house because of the way the house is positioned. So unfortunately I can't do that, but if I could, I would. This week I started using a kit from, I think it's Pixie Planner Co. or it's Planner Pixie Co. I can never remember the name of her shop, but I'll have it linked in the description if you're interested. I love this kit. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's like one of my favorite kits I've ever used, and I will probably continue to buy from her. In fact, I know I will continue to buy from her because her kits are just they're just mint. They're just so beautiful. I love them, and I just print them out myself. This is a note that my 15-year-old left me because I got a iPhone 12, and I was complaining and bitching that the iPhones don't come with, or at least the iPhone 12 didn't come with the white vinyl Apple sticker that they normally come with. So she actually went through her stash and found the ones that she got with her iPhone 7 and she gave to me. So I thought that was really, really sweet. Oh, so this is the day that we did our massive Jupiter's Legacy binge. If you like superhero movies, you will love this series. It's on Netflix. I highly recommend it. It is so good. I will say the first episode that I started watching, I was like, oh, this is kind of crap. But it wasn't. I was wrong. It's amazing. I love it. I highly recommend it if you're looking for something to watch. So we're moving into the third week now, and I have another pretty acetate. This is just silver foil. I think you can see that against another sort of warm, cozy backdrop. I think it was actually raining in the backdrop. The picture doesn't show it on camera, but in the actual photo, it was raining. So I kind of wanted to bring that in. I thought it looked really quite nice. On this day, my youngest got her braces. That was an exciting day. She was very nervous about that, obviously. Getting braces is a very nerve-wracking thing. So yeah, she was very nervous about that. We go into the last month here. Another foiled acetate that I did myself. I just got these off Canva, by the way, like because they've got some line drawings and stuff, so you can just print them on whatever you want. And then this is the last week in May. I didn't have a kit to use, and I didn't want to buy one because I'd actually stuffed up my back somehow. And I was just in so much pain for most of this week, actually, that I just didn't have it in me to sit and look through Etsy to find a new kit to use. So I didn't bother. I just kind of used what I had. And I really liked how it turned out, actually. It's pretty. It's not over the top. It's kind of simple. And I like that. So this is my mod update list for The Sims 4 because we had a patch this week for it came out just prior to that home decorator pack. I can't remember what it's called, but I had to go and update all my mods for that. And then I just have a June setup for, all of the inserts and things that I wanted to include because I have to write that stuff down or I forget. I don't print everything out that I need to, and then it takes me way longer or it should, to get my month set up. So I just write everything down. And that's pretty much it. Normally I would have a playlist here for the end of the month, and I'll show you what it would normally look like. This is what my playlist would usually look like if I had one there. But I don't, because I apparently didn't listen to Spotify very much. In fact, for the most part in May, I just listened to Daywave on Twitch. So May was pretty much a full Daywave month, and so there's no playlist. And then I have my monthly favorites and my games for this month with No Man's Sky and Sims 4. I just got recently back into playing Sims 4, but I was obsessively playing No Man's Sky for just pretty much every day for the entire month, and also April. And then the shows were Jupiter's Legacy, obviously, Grand Army, which I absolutely love. Grand Army, that's also on Netflix. Highly recommend. It's a high school drama. It's not suitable for kids though, or anybody who has sensitivities to violence or anything sexual, including non-consensual sexual activity. And the violence in this is actually pretty graphic, but it's done comic book style. So I think it's meant to not be as bad, but it's still kind of bad, I think. And then Superstore, finally finished that off. We had 5 seasons in Australia. It took me a few months to get through, but I really loved it. And I really hope there's another season coming. But anyway, that is it for the month. That is it for May. I really hope that you enjoy this flip through. I'm sorry it was so short. I mean, this is my first flip through of any particular month, so I don't know how rambly they're supposed to be. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you every little thing. Please just let me know if I've done it wrong. But besides that, I really hope that you enjoyed it. Feel free to let me know what you thought in the comments, and I'll catch us all in the next one. Bye everybody.